You already know what time it is. Make sure y'all comment, like, share, and subscribe. Today we're gonna get into chapter 19. Chapter 19 is all about it's about cancer now, not actual the illness cancer. We're actually gonna talk about the zodiac sign itself. This is about a story where I met a guy online on Facebook, and basically we started conversing with each other. We wanted to get to know more about each other. Now, we had never met each other in person before, and so I feel like if you're dating online, be very careful. However, at the beginning it was very nice. It was very nice. I had told him, that I had a son. This was in the year of 2015, so this is like the summertime of 2015. I had just had my son in January. So the summertime of 2015. I know you're probably like, you were dating, where's your baby daddy? Like, he was not involved. No, he wasn't, and that's for a different chapter. So uh for as chapter 19, I started conversing with him, telling him, different things like that. We were, talking flirty. The way he came on to me was very nice. I thought that, I had never been approached in that manner, like somebody actually respectfully speaking to me, what I'm saying, like laying on the game and things like that. So I was very interested in talking with him. And so I was like, let me see what this guy's about, because he seemed like he's really nice. So, and he was kind of charming. He had his own little looks, whatever, like that. He was kind of cute at the time. And so, moving forward, he ended up coming over to my place. He brought my son a box of diapers, and I'll never forget that. He brought him a box of diapers and a toy to play with, kind of like wanting to step up, being that stepdaddy, father figure looking role. And so, let me do say this too. He never harmed my son. He never hit my son. He never popped my son. He never, none of those things. He never yelled at him. None of those things. He had a lot of patience when it came to my kid. Now, when it came to me, that was a different ball game. So let's say this. Moving forward, when I finally got to know him at his home, it was a different story of me seeing him put on a front at my home. And so, when you get to see people at their own home, they're comfortable. They're comfortable as shit. Like, they're comfortable in their drawers. They're comfortable walking around however the fuck they want to, whenever the fuck they want to. You know how it gets, like, how men say, once you get comfortable with a woman, then she start leaving her shit everywhere and, all that crazy shit, whatever. I ain't never been one of them, but whatever. Yeah. So, he finally invited me over to his home, and I finally got to get to know him. We were dating at this time still. We had actually became boyfriend and girlfriend a little while after dating. So, yeah, I want to say probably like a little bit past my birthday, then we ended up becoming boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't even remember what I did for my birthday that year. I don't, you guys. But let's keep it moving. So, man, we were at his home, and we were playing around, what I'm saying? We were out in the yard at first. He had my son on his neck, and we were taking pictures and things like that. We seemed pretty happy on the outside looking in, and then once you got to know us in the inside, it was a different story. So one day he was sitting outside smoking, and I was a smoker, however, I didn't smoke what he smoked. Okay, let me say that. And it wasn't like powder or meth or anything like that. It's what they call K2. I had never heard of it before. I was very new to the town, still very fresh, very still green in the mind when it came to drugs and things like that. I was not a druggie, or anything, but I did smoke, and the regular shit. So, or what we consider regular shit, So, I decided that I wanted to smoke with him, but I didn't smoke that. And so when I asked him, I approached him while he was sitting outside on the patio. He had been out there for a while, and it was really because he was tripping out with himself, and he kept like trying to get the fits to go away, or the hallucinations to go away, the illusions in his head to go away, and so he was pretty much outside just fighting that shit. And so I came out there, and I'm like seeing him in a gross amount of sweat. Like, it was just like pouring off of him. And I was like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, it's hot outside, but I'm like, you know, I ain't that goddamn hot to be like, you know, sweating like you are. So I'm like, yo, like, I was like, let me hit the blow insurance. So he was like, nah, you don't want to hit this. He was like, no. He was like, there's something else. He was like, no. So he started stumbling, getting up, walking, trying to walk on the side of the house. And I just kind of like stood there looking at him like, what the fuck is going on? For real. You know? And so after he smoked it or whatever, I'm thinking like something wrong. Like, you know, like something ain't right. Like, oh, like what's going on? Like why is he reacting this way after smoking weed? And I'm like, now I done been around smokers before, the rookie smokers, where they're like, you know what I'm saying, like they smoke and they be like, I'm so high, and they start doing all kind of silly ass goofy shit or whatever like that just for attention. But I'm a real smoker, and so I know if you really high, you be chilling. You know what I'm saying? We might giggle, laugh about some stupid shit for like 30 minutes for no reason. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing crazy off the wall shit. So his hallucinations began, and my green ass came in there and was like, oh, I need to help him. You know, he's sweating. He's talking about his chest, and he, you know what I'm saying? I'm like in there trying to aid him, literally. My kind-hearted ass is like trying to aid someone who is literally doing a drug that I never heard of. And so I turn on ceiling fans and the fan in the room, and I'm stripping him down, and I'm like, let me help you. Like, he like, no, don't take my shoes off. Don't take my shoes off. Like, he started yelling at me and shit like that. I'm like, I'm taking these fucking shoes off. I don't give a fuck. Give me the shoe or I'm going to hit you with it. So, not really trying to cause any harm to him. But I was just like, you know, in my head, like, give me the goddamn shoe. So, I'm taking his shoes off of him, socks off of him. Like, literally had to strip him down to his boxes. And so, he was all like sweaty and shit. Now we was like laying in a queen full-size bed, like in a full-size bed, so it wasn't that much room in the bed. And so you know, like he would like scoot over whatever, and laying next to him was just not gonna be it. Like he had the bed sweaty, like it was wet, it was sweaty, it was gross. So I was like, I didn't want to lay right there, you know. I was like, I'm going to the living room. My son was in the living room laying down sleeping, so I was like, I'm gonna go sit in the living room. I don't know what the fuck going on, so I just let him sleep. And then when he got up, he seemed like he was back to normal a little bit. And he was a little agitated a little bit. He would say like little slick things out of his mouth towards me to make me feel some type of way, kind of like putting me down in a sense. And so I felt very hurt, you know, in many a times dealing with him. But I feel like he was just, you know, trying to get underneath my skin. And so I was trying my hardest to, you know, show that I had a backbone. And I was one of them that he could pick with. And so one day, those harsh words got blown out of proportion. Those harsh words ended up getting turned into something completely different. It ended up being a tragic day that day. My son was there, and he was in the room asleep. I had heard him get up, and after his mom had exposed him to me about him smoking K2, and that it was a drug that would make him hallucinate, that would make him lash out, that would make him like feel like he's seeing things or going through some type of illusion or something like that. Like he would literally flip the fuck out. And so I guess he was getting up to try to get him another high after he had been getting up in the middle of the night, damn near all night. Like he just had kept getting up and shit like that. So I started getting irritated because I'm like, I'm laying in the bed next to you, you just keep getting the fuck up. So I'm like, you know, I'm starting to get irritated at this point, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm about to get up and figure out what the fuck is going on. I'm over this K2 smoking ass shit. So I'm up in here trying to aid you for days, and you still going at it. So I'm like, fuck this. So I go in the bathroom. He's in the bathroom smoking. Well, he's in the bathroom trying to smoke, like trying to get it like rolled up and shit, right? Y'all, I walked in the bathroom. I'm asking him like, what are you doing? He act like he's sitting on the toilet using the toilet. I don't give a fuck. We boyfriend and girlfriend at this point, so I'm coming in the bathroom with you. I don't give a fuck if you're taking a shit. I'm in the bathroom like this. Like, I'm in the bathroom like this. Are you okay? You good? You sure? What's going on with you? You keep getting up in the middle of the night. You need some Pepto-Bismol, Mom? Let me know. But I'm sitting on the counter like. So I'm like, shit, I need to know what's going on with you. I need to know. Shit. I don't give a fuck about that. So, moving forward, y'all. It's crazy because some of these things I can laugh about now, but I cried my ass off back then. And I went through hell. So, but like I say, I'll give it a little sense of humor now because I could, my reactions to these things was just crazy. But moving forward, we were in the bathroom. I'm sitting on the counter. I'm asking him questions and shit like that. And he just like, he good or whatever, shit like that. And so as I'm sitting on the countertop, like, the little sink is like right next to like my ass, whatever. So I look down and I see the broken down K2 on the fucking counter. I look up at him and I say, this that shit you been smoking? He said, yeah. He was like, I'm finna roll it up right now. You finna roll what up? This shit that been making me get up in the middle of the night, making me age you, making you throw up, making you have illusions, making you treat me disrespectfully and rude, and you finna smoke this shit again tonight, nigga? And you think you finna sweat over me all night, nigga? No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm not having it. So I felt my backbone go. My backbone went cha-ching. Okay, and it was on. It was on to the crack of dawn. I looked over at it again. He was just turning his back to flush the guts from the cigar that he was getting. He had. As soon as he turned his back, I blew. I blew the fucking shit off the counter. I blew it. So it just flew. I went as hard as I could. The shit blew. Oh, he lost his shit. He lost his shit. He lost his shit that moment. He snatched me off the countertop, grabbed me by my shirt, started pushing me, said I was doing too much. He was like, you're a bitch. Why the fuck would you do that? He was like, that's my motherfucking shit. It ain't none of your fucking business or what I'm doing. This, that, and the third. You need to get the fuck out anyways. You doing too fucking much. This, that, and the third. Now, I'm your girlfriend. I'm trying to help you out. I done been up all times of the night with you, helping you, aiding you, getting you back together for in the morning. You seem like you back at normal, and then you go back and do some odd ass shit, and it's just getting on my nerve. So yeah, I could have just left. But if you gonna be with me and I'm gonna be with you and we gonna be together, then you gonna get this shit together, and that's just what it's gonna be. Like I never been one of those people that give up so easily. Like, all right, fuck you, I'm just gonna walk away. I never been one of those people. I was never one of those type of people that I would be the person that literally was in my head like, yeah, I'm gonna work this shit out. We gonna work this shit out. We're gonna tough it out. We're gonna thug it out. We're gonna stick together. Whatever. Like I was just one of them. So I remember the fight getting rowdy. Once he pushed me, I bucked up at him. I said, "What you wanna do?" You trying to hit me? What? So he was like, man, get the fuck back. So he shoved me again. I'm like, I bet. You only got too many times. I don't give a fuck. I get that, some men, they do it in defense. But if I'm not shoving you or pushing you or touching you in any type of form or manner, don't shove me, don't push me, don't put your hands on me. Don't let your mind take you there. You need to walk to the side and get your ass up out the way. If you feel like you finna, put your hands on a female. I'm just saying that just to be real. And some of y'all get butt hurt when women say certain things to y'all. Learn how to walk away. It's just words. They can't touch you. They might touch you elsewhere, but they can't touch you physically. So the fact that it became physical is now where I feel like I have to defend myself. And so once he shoves me, now these ain't no little pushes. These some like man force pushes. Like I'm like, all right, bet. So you want to get bucked up with me? Let's get bucked up in this bitch. So I shove his ass into the bathtub. Now he's standing like facing me, so I'm facing him this way, and the bathtub is literally right behind, like a few steps behind him. So he was already a little high. So it kind of gave me a bit of an advantage, but not so really. It became very violent. Once the shoving and the shoving back and forth got done, I pushed him into the shower, so the whole shower shit comes down. His mom was in the room sleeping. We're in there arguing like a motherfucker. Then, before I know it, he gets up out of the tub. He got super angry, so he charges at me. I start instantly swinging. As I'm swinging, my body goes back into a wall. Boom! Into the wall again. Boom! Into the wall again. Boom! He just steady hitting my shit up against the wall. Boom, boom. So he's like jacking me up, choking me up against the wall and shit like that. And I'm trying to get away from him. His mom finally came out the room, and she was like, his dad had a history of domestic violence, and that he was just like his dad and all of these different things. And I didn't give a shit about that, because let me tell y'all something. I have kids, and my kids are nothing like me or their other parent. They are nothing like them, like at all. They might do like some little silly shit here and there, like some funny shit that made me remindful of them, but actually do the shit, like actually like mimic them, no. It's about how you raise your kids. So I didn't want to hear that shit at all. Now, some people just turn out how they turn out because they're out on their own, alone, in the streets, whatever. Let's keep it moving. So, the story for this, you guys, it got dangerous. It got really dangerous. And now, see, that ended with me ended up getting in his room. In his mama room. I ended up going to his mom's room on the other side of the house, and she barricaded the door, and he was like pushing and banging on the door, and I'm like trying to call my mom on my phone, but I didn't have it. I was looking for it. I didn't have it. My son, I had grabbed him and took him in the room, and he was like, you could hear him like slamming shit and breaking shit and going crazy outside of the room. And he was like, open the fucking door, like, like he was getting pissed off. He was like, no, he was like, this not right. He was like, you're taking her side, but she don't want to push me in the tub. And I'm like, you just shoved the shit out of me like a couple of times, and you got mad because I blew your K2 off of the counter, which I felt like I was doing the right thing by doing. And so because I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you out. Some people don't want help. Lex. You gotta let that shit go. But I was intended on, if you want to be my man, I'm gonna help you regardless. I don't give a fuck how you like it or not. Let's get to business. So, but it got rowdy. So business was not good. Business was not good. Okay, it was not good. However, I ended up telling his mom, and shit like that. I was pressing charges because I had a bruise across my face from him slamming me into the wall. My glasses were literally bent up. I wore glasses back then too. I had never really even wore contacts back then, but I had some glasses on, and they were like all bent up and jerked up to the sides and shit. And the situation got scary. It was my first time ever being in a DV situation. I had never dealt with a guy that actually had got violent with me, that actually put their hands on me or did anything crazy, emotionally, physically, mentally, none of those things. So this was my first time. So moving forward, the police was called. We ended up leaving, and they were asking me if I was going to press charges, and I was like, yes. They were like, well, in these situations, usually the lady comes and drops the charges because they feel bad for the man and things like that. And at that time, I was angry as shit, so I was like, I'm not dropping no fucking charges. He's going to go his ass to jail. That's where he belongs and shit like that. And then, as I'm trying to be hard, he's begging the police to talk to me. He's crying. He's like emotional. And like I said, in a sense, I felt like I fell in love with this guy. And so I had a heart. You know, I had a big ass heart. My stupid ass, you know what I'm saying? He's like begging him to talk to me, tell him to drop the charges, things like that. He was like, why do you want me to go with the police and shit like that? He had tried to run from the police, so I guess he might have got charged with resisting arrest too. I don't know. But I know that he had the DV charge, domestic violence of a family member. I guess that's what they consider it when you're dating or whatever. And so, and then it happened at home, so that's what the charge began. Now, later on, some stupid shit happened, and that is for a different chapter. Do I want to keep that in this chapter or not? Because I don't think that's chapter 19 no more. It still is. It still is. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all a little spill, a little bit more spill. I can't share this whole chapter with y'all because it's juicy. Okay, so let me see. We're gonna fast forward. Let's fast forward. So, all right. Also, later on, he ends up getting out of jail. I did drop the charges. It was a while before I did drop the charges. Crazy thing was, I communicated with him. I was telling him, you know, he was in the wrong, what happened and things like that. And he was like, you hit me first. And I did not. I was like, I did not hit you first. I did not. And he was like, how did I get these scratches on me and this and that? I said, from me trying to push you and pull you off of me as you was shoving me into the wall. I was still swinging on you as you was continuously banging me up against the wall. And so he was like, I just don't remember doing you like that and things like that. And, you know, the whole sorrow story, and I'm sorry, and please, I want to come home, and please keep your phone on and talk to me. And my parents were pissed at me. They were like, what the fuck? Why are you still talking to him? And even to this day, I tell myself that, why would you keep talking to him? You know? Like, why? What was you thinking? So, I was thinking I was dumb in love. I was dumb in love, and I wanted love that bad, but baby, love ain't supposed to hurt, okay? And so, I think I'm gonna leave y'all guys here with that story, because that story got worse and worse and worse. And so, I'll leave y'all to read chapter 19 of Cancer, okay? And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe to your girl. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for Twisted Thoughts. I think I got a lot written down in my Twisted Thoughts to share with y'all. I'm looking at my journal right now. It's a lot written in that journal from last week. A lot. So I'm gonna have to pinpoint what I really want to share and what's too sensitive to share. I love you guys. I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.